By now, most of you know our next speaker, Nash Fung. He wowed us yesterday with his tricks. People are still talking about it. He was performing the street magic during the exhibit hall yesterday afternoon. But what you might not know is that every week for the last 16 years, Nash assumes another identity. He is an anonymous crisis line volunteer. In this keynote, he's going to talk about empathetic communication techniques he learned as a crisis line volunteer that will help you lead with empathy, make others feel heard, understood, valued, and empowered. Please give a warm welcome for Nash Fung.
Thank you again, Dennis. Hey, everybody. How you doing again? How you doing again? Good to see everybody here again. So yes, yesterday you knew me as the magician. Today, however, I want to share with you something that is a little more meaningful, okay? So right here, right now, most of you knew I began my career as a magician, but however, not a lot of you knew that what was my first ever magic gig. You see, in the beginning of my career, I was booked by a mums and pops Mexican restaurant to do magic. And I would walk up to a table like this and I would go, "Good evening, welcome to the restaurant." And I would do 5 tricks at a table. Then I go to the next table. "Good evening, welcome to the restaurant." And I would do the same 5 tricks. And then the next table, the same 5 tricks, and so on and so on. But one night, something unexpected happened. As I approached the table, a lady pulled out a deck of playing cards from her purse, and she asked, "Can you do some magic with my playing cards?" I thought she was trying to challenge me, right? But then she added a request and she asked, "Can you be careful and respectful with the cards? My sister is printed in it." When I saw the cards she gave me, I stood frozen just like this, because in my hand was not an ordinary deck of playing cards. In my hand was a deck of cold case, unsolved crime playing cards. On every single card, they had printed details about a case that had gone cold, including her sister's. And they print these cards because they want to bring more awareness to these cases, hoping that somebody might know some information and they'll come forward, help solve the crime, and bring some closure to family like this lady. And for the first 5 seconds, I have no idea what to do. But fortunately, for the last 16 years, I also had the privilege to volunteer on the crisis line on a weekly basis. And from providing empathetic support for someone in need, what I learned is that the best thing you can do is to acknowledge them, be present with them, listen intentionally, and just choose to be human for each other. So instead of doing magic with her cards, I put her cards down on a table so I can fully acknowledge her, and I tell her how sorry I am that something so tragic happened to your family. But when I did that, though, it was like a connection was built with this lady immediately. Now, that was the beginning of a story, and I'll tell you how it ends later. And I promise you, the ending is a happy one, okay? But you see, volunteering on a crisis line was a huge learning experience. What I had learned is how to use communication to help someone feel cared for, feel listened to, and feel supported. And I think those skills are very important for leaders to learn too, right? Because wouldn't you agree that a lot about being a great leader is how you care for the people around you, how you support them, how you nurture them, how you help them grow, right? So today, in my short time here, I want to share with you a couple of practical tools and leadership lessons I have learned from the crisis line that can help you become an even more effective, supportive, and compassionate leader, okay? But the way we do it, though, well, we're going to do it step by step, okay? This is the first step of what we do on a crisis line communication, okay? Now, right here, I have got a puzzle. And the first thing, quite literally, is a puzzle, okay? It is a Rubik's Cube. The second thing you can hear from the microphone, can you hear that? Yeah? In the back, in here, the second thing is a jar. Now, clearly, this jar is way too small for the cube to fit into it. So if you would have to think of a creative way to fit the cube in the jar, how might you do it? Somebody shout out an idea. Break it up. Yes. Break the cube into tiny little squares, yeah? And then put it in the jar bit by bit, like ship in the bottle, right? Very good, very good. But what if I tell you that I got a solution that does not involve breaking the cube at all? Would you want to see it? Would you want to see it? Awesome. But what if I tell you my solution is not going to work right now? And neither is your solution. And that's because when we were so focused on trying to solve the problem, we didn't even notice that no solution would work because, well, this jar is not empty. This jar is actually filled to the brim with water. So the first thing you gotta do is not about how to solve the problem or whatnot. The first thing you gotta do is actually to dump out the water from the jar, okay? But once the water is out of the jar though, I'm gonna show you something pretty cool. Now, my friend in the front over here, can I have you come toward the edge of the stage over here right now? You're gonna help me out, okay? So here is the jar, all right? And here is the cube. All I want you to do is just simply hang on to this bag over here from the top. And my man, David, the cameraman, been working all week. Give him a big hand, by the way, David. Yes, yes. Thank you for your help right here. Now, you can see right here. Now, hold it up high for me, yeah? This is the jar. Here's the cube. Here's the jar. Here's the cube. Watch carefully. 1, 2, 3. Stay where you are. I think we did it. Oh yeah, we smashed the cube all the way inside the jar right there, just like that. Check it out. Is it all the way inside, my friend? Yeah? Is it all the way in there? Yes, here's how we do, my friend. Thank you so much, y'all. Give him a big hand right here. Thank you. Hey, here we go.
Baby girl, what's happening?
All right.
You and your ass
Now, my friend,
so gonna get
the trick is really cool. But why did I show you that trick, right? You see, when we were so focused on trying to solve the problem, we didn't even notice that no solution would work because, well, the jar was full of water already, right? Now, similarly, how do you think somebody might feel if they are stressed, if they're overwhelmed with a problem beyond the work life? You see, one of the biggest mistakes that I made when I was a new volunteer on the crisis line is that whenever a caller would tell me about a problem they're experiencing, I would immediately want to talk about the problem itself and how to solve it, which made them feel dismissed. But instead, the first thing I should have done is to acknowledge them. Help them feel listened to, help them feel understood first. Quote unquote, help them dump their water first before we jump into problem solving. Now, there is a reason why we follow that sequence of action on the crisis line. And that's because, first and foremost, we want our callers to feel supported as human on a human level first. And that right there was a giant leadership lesson I learned. Believe it or not, my wife's boss is amazing at it. You see, my wife works in healthcare, so it's always very high stress, right? And whenever she is struggling at work, her leader will have a one-on-one with her, and she would say, "Hey, Alicia, you've always been amazing on the team, but I see that things have been a little bit challenging for you at work lately. But before we talk about that, Alicia, how are you doing? How's everything with you? Is there anything that I can do that can help you? It does not take long, right? But in those short little moments, she made my wife feel so much more cared for and supported as human first, not just the work that she provide. Now, 2 years ago, my wife left the job to be a stay-at-home mom, and last year she went back on a part-time per diem basis, not because of the money, but it really was because of the genuine care and support and compassion she feels from her leaders. And if you're sitting here right now wondering how can you build long-lasting loyalty from your people in your credit union, I think that's a pretty good first step to start, right? Okay. Now, going back to the lady in the restaurant, though, do you know why now I did not rush to do a trick to solve the problem for her, but instead acknowledge her first? Now you see why, right? But what magic did I do with her cards, though? I'll tell you later, okay? But for now, I want everybody to play along. I want you to imagine that you are a volunteer on the crisis line, and the phone just rang, and the person on the other side said, "Hey, um, I don't know why I'm calling, but I just haven't slept. I haven't eaten for a week, and I'm just so depressed." Now, when you heard that, which response would you give? Would you go with one, I hear you doing so well, about how to take better care of yourself, okay? Or two, I hear you're not doing so well. Can I ask if something happened recently? One or two. Put your fingers in the air right now. One or two, y'all. Everybody. One or two. Oh, most of you say two. Two. Yes, you're very good. Two is a better way to go at it, okay? And the other person tell you that, yeah, something happened. I know it sounds stupid, but my dog, Buddy, that I had for 15 years, he passed last week. Now, when you heard that, which is the better response? Is it one, I'm sorry to hear about your dog, and you gotta start taking better care of yourself, though? Two, I'm so sorry about your dog. I remember losing my pet too. Here's what I did that helped. Or three, I'm sorry to hear about your dog. Can you tell me more about Buddy? What was he like? One, two, or three, fingers in the air right now. Let me see who you. Oh, wow. Yes. Three is the answer right there. Okay. And after you talk to this caller and you feel that he's still very distraught and depressed, and you think getting professional help is going to be good, how would you go about it? Would you go with one, hey, I see that you're still very impacted by your dog. I think you should look into getting professional help. Or two, I see you still very distraught about your dog. What do you think you can do to begin feeling better? This one's tough. One or two? Ooh, I guess not so tough after all. Okay, it is indeed two. You're right. Question for everybody. What was the one thing you kept doing in a phone call? Yes. You say out loud. You keep asking questions to help them think through the situation, right? Now, my friend, that was something I learned about leadership as well. You see, sometimes when you try to solve other people's problem or tell them what to do, you actually take away from them. But if you become the companion and you ask them questions to help them think through the challenge so that they can create their own solutions, you empower them. Now, friends, here are three kinds of questions that we ask on the crisis line to help our callers think through a challenge that I think you can use in your leadership role as well. Okay? It starts with a question about the past, then a question about the future, then a question about the immediate present. Each question will create a different thinking pattern, okay? Now, when you ask someone about the past, like what was the challenge challenge or what was the situation, what you do is you indirectly help them decompress a little bit. And sometimes that's all people need, right? Have you ever had someone come to your office and tell you about a challenge they're experiencing, but deep down, you know they're not asking you to solve the problem for them. They're just asking for someone to listen, right? Asking about what happened. The past can help that. But if you want to move away from the emotions, well, ask about a distant future. A question like, what is the outcome that you ultimately want to see happen? Questions like that help someone take a step back from the current struggle, but they see the big picture. You help them gain clarity and perspective. The last question is a question about the immediate present. At the end of a lot of phone calls on the crisis line, we ask a caller, what's the one thing that you can do tonight that'll make things a little easier? And when we ask that question, our caller will know that they might not solve everything all at once, but they have the power to take just one step forward to begin getting better. When you ask about just the next step, you help someone feel not so overwhelmed and you help them feel more empowered. So question about the past, help them decompress. Question about the future, help them gain perspective. Question about the immediate next step, help them feel empowered. So what did I ask the lady in the restaurant? As soon as I acknowledge her, I ask her, were you close with your sister? And she told me yes, they were very close. I paused deliberately so I can truly understood what she meant to me, what she meant when she said that. And I think that's a skill that a lot of leaders can learn as well from the crisis line. And that is how to be better at listening, but most importantly, how to help someone else feel listened to, right? Now, how to be better at listening will take a long time to perfect. But today, in a short time here, I want to share with you just one simple tip that we keep in mind in crisis line. And that is, we always remain non-judgmental when we listen. Never have your mind made up about somebody else before you listen to them. Never listen just so you can respond, but truly give yourself space to absorb everything the other person say first and be non-judgmental, okay? But how do you help someone else feel listened to and feel understood though? Well, there's a technique. And we use this technique, verbal technique, on every single phone call and crisis line. To illustrate that, I need a volunteer for some magic. Now, my friend with the Hawaiian shirt over here, you have pretty good eyesight, right? Yeah? Can I have you come join me over here now? Give him a big hand right here. Hey, come on over here, my friend. Let's go. Hello, my friend. All right. Oh, yeah, come on in, all the way through. Yes, my friend, come over here, my friend. Yes.
You keep my hands on myself.
Hello, your name is Brandon. There you go. All right, Brandon, here is the microphone. I'll give it to you in a minute, however. Here is drawing pad and the Sharpie, okay? Now, Brandon, it's okay, you're not drawing anything, actually. So the thing is this, though, okay? I have got a book in here. I will make sure you can see in the lighting here. Right, Brandon, can you announce to everybody right here what is the first word on this page? Sorry. First word on the page. First one on the page.
Sheed.
Good. You can read pretty clearly. All right, good. So you're going to, all the words are different, everybody. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Now, as I will run the card down the book like that, whenever you like, you yell out loud, stop. Sometime today. Okay, good. Okay. I'll jab it in there for you. All right. Good. All right. Now, you are going to be the only person who will see that page. Okay. So let me go ahead and open it for you. Can you see the page right there? Yeah. Can you see the first word right there? Yes. Good. Now, I want you to write down that first word on the board as big as you can, but don't show a soul what that word is, okay? And you see the word right there? You got it, yeah? Write that word down as big as you can on the board. And when you're done, put the board down on the floor. And eyes, everybody in the audience, you see that I'm not looking at him at all, right? Yeah? So when you're done, I'm gonna put the book down. I don't need the book anymore. So that way I cannot cheat. I will not know what that is. Yeah. Now here's the fun part. Brandon, come over here. Okay. Good. Your microphone right here. See, Brandon, I was trying to read your mind right now. I'm gonna try to guess what that word is. The way I do it is to trick you.
Okay.
I want you to give me 5 random words that have absolutely nothing to do with that word right there, okay? So, it's going to be hard. Any 5 random words that have nothing to do with that word right there, okay? So, from the way you give me those 5 words, you clue me into how you think, and then clue me into what that word might be. So, tell me what's the first random word. Go.
Snake.
Snake. Ooh, someone got a reaction right there. Huh? Okay. Snake. All right, good. Second word.
Watch. Watch.
Okay. Third one.
Casino.
Oh, you're getting better. Okay. Okay. Fourth one.
Light bulb.
Oh, you know what? Oh my God. Snake, watch, casino, light bulb. Yeah. Snake, watch, casino, light bulb. Last one.
Carpet.
Snake, watch, casino, light bulb, carpet. None of those words are action-based. Okay, so that word you have is an action, right?
Sure.
I got it. I think I know. Now, I'm going to write down a word that I think is your word right there, but it will not be exactly the same because that would be impossible. I might have a word that sounds like your word, or a word that has a similar meaning to your word, okay? It sounds like your word or similar meaning, okay? So can you put that against your chest right now and don't look at what that word I have written down over here? And for the first time, announce to everybody out loud, what was the word that you have?
Smile.
Okay. I didn't get it right exactly, okay? But I want you to turn it over now. If it's even close, give us a big shout over here. I didn't get it right because I didn't write a word. I drew something on there, my friend. It's a smile right there. Yes, that's how we do it, friend. Give him a big hand right here. Hey.
I got you.
Stay where you are, stay where you are, stay where you are. Okay, all right,
My starlight, I need you.
good. Hey, all right. Now stay where you are. Okay, now, Brandon, here's the thing. Now, how many of you have caught on to a subtle verbal technique that I use to make him know that I truly understood him? Anybody? Yes. Brandon, when you said those 5 words to me, I repeat them back to you what they were, right? Now that right there is a verbal technique called paraphrasing or parroting or reflection. And what you do is you try to repeat some key information in the communication, okay? Now, I want you to imagine this. Next time when you talk to somebody, imagine yourself as a mirror, okay? Because a mirror does not judge, right? A mirror simply absorbs and reflects, right? Now, there's a lot of benefit of using reflection in your communication. I want you to feel it, though. So right now, can you, let's do an exercise over here, my friend. Can you tell me what is your favorite holiday and why?
Thanksgiving.
And why is that?
There's so much food.
Okay, got it. Good. So, sounds like you're a fan of food, right
I
there.
am.
Okay, and Thanksgiving's a big time. Do you cook though? By the way.
Well, I could, but I wouldn't eat much of it.
Okay. So you don't
It might
want
not
to.
be edible.
Okay, gotcha. So you don't want to devours everything.
Yes.
Okay, I gotcha. Okay. And who does the cooking in the Thanksgiving usually?
Normally my grandma.
Okay, you get the idea right now. Yeah. You
Yes.
see, as I repeat some of the key information back to him, it naturally allow me to ask a relating question. So it's a way to help build deeper connection in communication, reflection, okay? But there's more benefit of using reflection than just that, though. And I want everybody to truly feel it. So right now, we'll do a 1-minute quick exercise. Can I have y'all turn to the person next to you, like me and Brandon over here? Turn to the person next to you right now. It can be a team of 2 people. If you're the odd person out, team of 3 is okay, but no more than 3, okay? Now, one of you is going to be designated as the storyteller, okay? Storyteller, your job is to tell the other person about the first job you ever had and any details you want to add to it. The other person, your job is to keep the conversation going. Your job is to use reflection. Try to repeat as many key details as you can back to the other person. And if it's a chance for you to ask a relating question, you go for it. All you do is just have a conversation. That's all you do, okay? So everybody, begin 1 minute right now. Here we go. All right, I will turn my mic off, and I'll do this with you right here, okay? Good. So, Renan? Renan, So, on my first job ever, I was in college, actually. I was working at Delhi. I was a Delhi boy.
Delhi.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I didn't get work until college because I moved here when I was 14 years old, and my parents didn't want me to detract from school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where'd you go to college at?
Central Washington University, brother.
Central Washington University.
Yep,
Okay,
no, they
that's
were.
cool. Okay, why?
Yeah.
Why did you choose that college? Is that where you were living at?
Hey man, I got bad GPA. That's all the school
Okay.
accept me, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So at a deli, what kind of deli? Is it like a
They call it just a regular deli, man. Just, I make
like a Schlotzsky's?
I don't know what it is. What's a sauce?
A Schlotzky? A deli.
Oh, deli? Yeah.
How
I
long
make
did you work?
sandwiches and what's that?
How long did you work?
Yo, only a year. Only a year, and then I became an RA afterward. Yeah. Yeah, man.
So how long did you go to school to be an RA?
You know what? I was an RA for 3 years, man. That was probably my best time experience.
Okay.
Best learning experience over here. And I want to see a time over here. Oh, I think we're good. You're doing a great job over here. Okay, have a seat over here, yeah? You're good. Right. All right, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We can stop right there, okay? All right, back to me. All right. We can stop right now. You have a good time. So, questions. How? Hey. Hey. Check. Hey. I think my mic went out. Is that right? Hey. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hey. All right, here we go. All right, everybody, back to me over here. Give us a big hand right here. Here we go. All right, good. Awesome, good. So, now, just out of curiosity, how many of you learned something new about the other person? Hey, we have a good time over here. Good. So here are the benefits of using reflection as a verbal technique, okay? 1, it forces you to listen a lot more intentionally. When you know you're gonna have to repeat back to the other person some key details, oh yeah, you're gonna listen a lot closer. So even though reflection is a verbal technique, it helps you become better at listening, okay? The other benefit is that it clears up any misunderstanding, right? In case you misheard, they misspoke, you can clear things up. But the most important benefit is that the other person not only know you were listening, but they feel understood by you. Now, as you know, choosing to drop everything you do, but to listen and try to understand someone is not easy. It takes a lot of effort, right? So if you know that your leaders listen to you and you feel understood by them, do you feel valued by them? Right. Which is why empathetic communication is so important for all of us to learn, especially those of us in leadership role, and especially those of us who are married, as I'm often reminded, okay? So now, obviously right now, what did I do with the lady in the restaurant, right? You see, when she told me that she was very close with her sister, I simply told her that I cannot imagine how devastating it was to have lost someone so closely in your life. And we talked for a little bit, and she felt comfortable to want to show me how her sister looked like, her radiant smile. So she took out the card that belonged to her sister, and when she did that, something magical happened. And I'll tell you what later, okay? But right now, friends, normally I will have a chance to meet everybody afterward, but today I do have to fly out after this one for a family engagement. So I won't see you guys afterward. However, I do want to hear from you though. So if you'd be so kind, go ahead and scan the QR code over here. Leave some feedback. Let me know what you think of our time in this session together. And if you go there, they'll ask you to enter a code. The code is Nash, N-A-S-H, all right? Now, if you opt into my email, I will send you something very fun. I will send you a tutorial video where I will teach you 3 simple tricks, 2 fun riddles, 1 prank you can play on your friends and family, all right, if you opt into the email. And I would love to get connected with y'all on social media. I'm on LinkedIn and Instagram at Nash Fung. I'm very professional on LinkedIn, but I'm way more fun on Instagram, all right? So, last thing I want to share with you. To do that, I will enlist the help of technology right here, right now. Yes, and I need somebody, because I have no time. My friend, can I have you come over here, blue shirt? Yeah, join me over here right now. Give me a big round of applause over here if you may. Let's go. Okay, here we go. All right, so now, yeah, come over here, my friend. Yeah. So this is the last step of what we do on the crisis line. It's a golden rule crisis line, okay? Right here. Now, I hope the lighting is bright enough you can see the cards in here. Okay, you see, these are not playing cards. These are actually random photos. Yeah, and I played, you know the game that comes in pair like that? You know the game when you put a bunch of cards face down and you got, yeah, memory, yeah. So I played this game with my daughter, okay? Now, first thing first, though, you're going to help me out. I'm going to give you, obviously, half the cards over here, and I'll kick half cards over here. Can you shuffle the cards on the table for me? Yeah, shuffle me on the table, yeah. Make sure it's in the camera view. Yeah, got it right there. Hey, you got fans in the audience, mate. All right, that's good, okay? Let me take your cards over here, run out of time, okay? Your cards, my cards mixed together, just like that, okay? So, and of course, can you give me just like a half that go right there for me? Okay, that's right there, yeah? Good. So, you cut the card, you shuffle the cards off and square, okay? I'll use a random part right there. Boom, whatever, yeah? Good. We're going to use D7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. Now, the thing is this. I have chosen 7 cards. I think you and I have such a great connection that you can also choose 7 cards randomly, and they'll match my 7 cards exactly. Okay, so here we go. I want you to help me out. Take half the cards and put it here, about that many cards. Yeah, half, put it right here. Yeah. Okay, maybe actually I need more than that. There's a reason behind that. Yeah. Yeah. Because you're gonna keep cutting it more and more. So go ahead and cut about half from here to here, like that. Go for it. Yeah, from here to here. All right, good. And then from here to here. All right, good. And then both hands from here to here, like that. Go for it. 2-handed, let's go. Yes, sir, here we go. And then last one, maybe from here to here, go for it, yeah. Yeah, why not, yeah. Got it, good. So now you have cut the cards into 7 piles, right? And some have as little as only 4 cards. Some have as many as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 10, 12 cards right there, yeah, good. But we're only gonna use just the top one of each pile, just the very top card of each pile right here, okay? And we'll see what those top cards are when you cut to. The first one is this one. Second one is that one. Third one is this one. Fourth one, sixth one, seventh, eight. Got it, good. My friend, I think you and I have such a great connection that my first card, yes. If that matches, that tells me every card's gonna be a perfect match over every, what the hell? Okay, okay, no, that's good. Give me a hand right here. Thank you so much for your help right here. You can have a seat right now. Thank you for your help right there. I appreciate that. You can have a seat. It's just, please, yeah, have a seat. Yeah, it's okay. Give me a hand right. Okay, it's good. Okay, okay, go. So the idea is that it's so dark in here. I can't see. Okay. You know what? Jesus. Okay. Okay. Can I fix it? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can I try again? Can I try again? Yeah. And that is exactly the last step on the crisis line. It's a golden rule crisis line, my friend. And that is, your job is always to uplift someone. And that's what you did here for me. Because for a second, you see things from my perspective and you see how embarrassing it was for me, right? And when you see things from the other person's perspective, I think that a lot of time, that is the goal. That's the key for being a compassionate leader, right? Because that's where the magic is at. And I'm serious. That's where the magic is at. Because, you see, from your perspective, it looks like I messed up. It looks like these cards do not match at all, right? However, what I didn't tell you is that these are not just photos. These are actually English alphabets. Okay? This, hey! Okay, thank you, okay. This right here is a number 3. But when it's upside down, it looks like a letter E, right? That's also a letter E over here. That bridge looks like a letter M, right? This fork, if it's upside down, is also a letter M. That's the P that matched the P. That's the O that matched the O. That's the W that matched my W. That's the E that matches an E, and that's the R that matches an R. Every single card actually matches in English alphabet. And my friend, E-M-P-O-W-E-R spells what? Empower, my friend. Yes, yes. All right. So, you see, throughout my volunteer experience, I learned that there are 3 main reasons why people call the crisis line. The first reason is because they want to feel cared for and feel cared about. The second is they want to feel heard, feel listened to. And the third is they want to feel supported, perhaps encouraged. Now, aren't those 3 things exactly what your people are looking for in your leadership, in your credit union culture as well? You see, on the crisis line, we do those 5 things to better take care of each other on a human level. And I believe being a leader is the same way as well. No matter how AI or technology changes, at the end of the day, it's human helping human, people helping people. And that's why the word human is actually the acronym for those 5 things that you can do in your leadership role as well, so that you can create a positive, uplifting culture where everyone feel cared for and cared about, where everybody feel their voices are being listened to, being understood and valued, where everyone feels supported so they can bring out the best. And that is how you do it, okay? Now, friends, at the end right here, though, I won't tell you what happened with the lady in the restaurant. You see, when she took out the card that belongs to her sister, I noticed that she never played with her cards. Every single card was still in new deck order, and it goes ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, king of clubs, ace to king of hearts, to king of diamonds, and ace to king of spade in exact numerical order like that. That's the moment when I realized what magic I can do for her. So I asked if I can borrow her sister's card. Let's say it was the Queen of Hearts, okay? And I lost her sister's card back in the deck. Give it a quick cut and shuffle. Now, in a casino, you might have seen people shuffle cards on a table like that. Pretty regular, yeah? But have you ever seen anyone shuffle cards like this, where they turn half the deck face up and the other half go face down? Up and down are being mixed up together. So not only the orders of the cards are mixed up, the orientation of the cards are mixed up. Some are up, some are down, up and down, up and down, up and down, each and every way they go. Even though the entire deck is all mixed up, I have her put their hands on the cards. I snap my finger, and every single card go back to face down, facing downward, over, down, over, just like that. Every single card except for one card in the middle. That was her sister's cards. Yes. But you see, right away, I had to apologize to her. I tell her that, hey, I remember you say, be careful and respectful with the cards. Remember reflection, right? And I tell her that they were in new deck order. It might take you a couple of minutes to put them back into order. I do apologize. Unless we can do this, and we make every single card go back to its original order. Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack and King of Clubs, Ace of King of Hearts, Ace of King of Diamonds, Ace of King of Spade, exactly how they have been in your purse all along. So I put the cards back in the card case and I gave it back to her. And she had the biggest smile on her face. She extended both arms out, pulled me in, gave me a hug, and she said, "Thank you." But in fact, I should be the one to thank her for sharing me a moment of vulnerability and also a moment that I will never forget. So, my friends, this morning, thank you for letting me share with you my story, my journey on the crisis line. Thank you for letting me share with you things I learned. I hope these skills are helpful for you so you can bring it home and create a more human-driven culture and connect better with each other. My name is Nash Fung. It's my honor and pleasure to be in front of you. Thank you so much, y'all. Have a good conference, y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.